Start.
Start
already.
Yeah. Oh, are we very unfunny today?
Yeah, this is our serious episode. Our blooper will just be us staring stone-faced at the camera.
But then my stomach makes noise and then it makes me laugh.
Okay. That's not going to work for us. Sorry, all the people who want this to be a serious show.
Next time.
Next time, yeah. Just keep tuning in. Maybe one day.
Maybe one day we'll be serious.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Nathan on Shuffle and to our latest episode of Prog Song Sunday. I've got Jana here.
Hi.
And this is the show where we shuffle into a prog song, one that Jana hasn't heard before, and we're introducing her to it and seeing what our reaction is, what her reaction is more specifically. And we just listen and talk about it afterwards. So, time to shuffle.
Let's do it.
Shuffle our big list here. All right.
Prog Hot 100.
Let's see what we got today. Are you ready for a big Dream Theater classic?
Oh.
This is a fairly lengthy one, The Glass Prison.
Okay.
You're good with it?
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into The Glass Prison. And it's kind of fitting, right? Because there's the latest big Dream Theater news with Mike Portnoy coming back into the band.
that was big news. Everybody was like,
yeah.
Their minds blew. I don't really follow like a lot of like prog news and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But even then, like the few people that I'm friends with on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter or whatever, there was no way that I could not see this news. Everybody was talking about it. I'm like, okay, yay, he's rejoining, right?
Yeah.
And then it was a big thing.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Biggest prog news for quite some time. Definitely for the year, but maybe even for several years. So, yeah, big news. He's back in the fold, and this was a track that he was very involved in.
Yeah. That
we're listening to, The Glass Prison.
How old is this album?
This is from 2002. So.
Oh, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
That's 20 years ago.
This is when I was first getting into prog music.
The Glass Prison is the name of the song?
Yeah, this is the name of the song.
6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence is the name of the album.
Yes.
Okay.
And this starts Mike's, what they call the 12-step suite.
Oh.
So,
you've talked about that before.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, we have.
Yeah. I'm not sure if we've talked about it on camera, but I've probably talked to you about it otherwise. Maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is because Mike is what would you call that? Like a recovering alcoholic, I guess. Mm-hmm. So he went through the 12-step program, and then he has this suite of songs that basically describe the different steps in the process.
Okay. And this is step 1?
And this is, step 1 or the first few steps. I don't know how it quite groups them together, but this is the first part of that. And there's one track on each of the subsequent albums that's part of this group.
So he didn't do it all in one album.
It's not all on one album. It comes through, he put one track on each album to kind of continue the story through the different albums. So kind of interesting. The conclusion was actually on the last album that they did with Mike Portnoy before he left the group.
When did he leave the group?
2009, I believe. At least that's when Black Clouds came out.
Okay. So, and now he's back.
So we'll
everybody's so excited.
Celebrate that news with a signature Dream Theater track.
Okay.
One of their heaviest tracks. So should be interesting to see how you feel. You tend to like some of the heavier stuff.
I do.
I would have initially thought this might be too heavy for you, but now that you've shown to like some of that, maybe you'll be into it.
What if this is the one where it's nope,
too far. They went over the top.
Overboard.
All right. The Glass Prison, Dream Theater.
Let's do it.
All right. There you go.
That's an abrupt end.
There you go.
Wow.
Quite an epic piece of music.
Yeah, there was
a lot to take in, right?
There was a lot of drumming in that.
Yeah, that's what Mike Portnoy's known for.
Yeah.
Overwhelmed.
Maybe. Well, maybe I'm like up to about pushing the boundary of what I would be overwhelmed. I feel like that was good. Good. That's such a lame word to express what this was, because it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was good. It had so much to it, and it just had such drive behind it. I love drive within a song,
right?
Because it's leading somewhere and like just like keeps the energy up the whole time. And yeah, man, there were moments where like these musicians, they've got to be so tired from playing their instruments because they're just going and going and going. Yeah. And it's not just the drumming, it's like...
Yeah, it's everybody.
You know, like, that's my impression of a guitar, by the way. An electric guitar. You know, and so, like, it's just constant movement within this song, and it just had such energy behind it and energy with it. And then the last 5 minutes where it, like... cuts like different sounds and like it here, let's do a little bit of this sound and then no, let's do this sound and then no, let's do this sound now. It's like it just kept changing the tone and the rhythm and everything. And I didn't even attempt to count because I thought, well, Dream Theater, they do like 17 beats per minute sometimes, and I'm just like, I'm not even gonna try that. So it was great. It was so good and just like you can tell that they are like masters at their craft, and they're so good at it. And like they just, it sounded like they just picked up their instruments and just like went for it, you know. and I'm exhausted.
Fair point. Yeah,
I'm gonna drink my Coke.
There's a bit of intensity to this for sure. It's definitely leaning
intense, that's the word,
more into their like metal tendencies, but of course all kinds of proggy instrumental flourishes all over the place, and their different tricky time signatures and everything they're known for. But yeah, it has this like driving kind of metal feel to it throughout the whole piece, and it just, like you said, it's very driving. It just drives forward without ever really relenting, you know? And you know, it's really fun, and I like that kind of thing because it's just so energetic and fun, and it gets you pumped, and it just keeps moving forward, and it just captivates my interest throughout the whole piece.
I think if it was like another minute long, I'd be like, too long.
Too long? It was just right?
But I think it was just right. Yeah. I mean, you know, I like shorter songs.
Right.
But for a long song, I think this was a good
length.
Yeah, and it was just... really like relentless, in a good way,
right? And what's kind of a funny side note from my own history with it, I believe, if I'm right, that when I was first discovering new prog music, I think this is one of the first tracks that I downloaded to try to experiment with what was new in prog after my dad showed me all the old, you know, Genesis, Gentle Giant stuff. I found Transatlantic was a hub for all these different prog bands, so I downloaded a track from each one, having no idea anything about it, you know. And at the time, because I was more used to the classic prog stuff, I thought this was way too heavy, you know. I thought this was leaning way more towards metal, which wasn't my thing back then. So I kind of dismissed this and like... I'm not going to be so into Dream Theater, and I pursued different bands that I thought were more to my taste. But I heard so much praise and, you know, people loving this album plus the previous album to this, which is Scenes from a Memory, that I went and bought those two albums just on the strength of everyone saying, no, this is like premier progressive music that you've got to listen to. And when I re-examined this, especially after hearing Scenes from a Memory and falling in love with that, now I really understood this, and I totally got this track, and now it's one of my favorite Dream Theater tracks. So kind of an interesting journey of my appreciation of the song, and how initially it was a little bit on the heavier end for my tastes as a teenager who wasn't really into the metal scene, but I've grown to really love and appreciate it and even embrace their metal side. So that's my history with that track.
Oh, cool.
And I think it's a cool jumping off point for, like I said, that 12-step suite. Mm-hmm. And I like the lyrics and how it's, starting that journey.
Yeah, there was a moment where he's calling out for help, and then at the end he was like, I've broken free, I'm free, moving on, I've got liberty. And I was like, that's cool.
It's a cool analogy, for feel like you're in a prison that you can't escape from, and starting this journey towards like recovery is breaking out of that prison and trying to free yourself and try to find life outside of it and try to be able to get by in the regular world after being caged by this like disease or whatever you want to call it, this addiction or whatever. So
both of those are true. Disease and addiction.
So I thought it was a cool way to explore this topic, but doing it with this like heavy, relentless metal sound that they're going for here. So really great instrumentals, as you mentioned. Like these are just the top tier, musicians on earth playing this music, and doing all this crazy stuff, and that they can pull it off live even is like otherworldly.
Gosh, how do they do it live?
Yeah, and they have to perform 2+ hours of material that's all pretty high energy and intense. I mean, how do they do it?
I'm exhausted for them, but like I just, oh my gosh.
So yeah, but
we did a 15-minute band show, like marching band field show in high school, and at the end I was like, oh, I'm so tired, and all I had was purposely played the clarinet because I knew I wouldn't have to lift my arms very high. I thought about that in 5th grade, and so that was why I selected the clarinet. Nice. Because it wasn't heavy, and I could just hold my hands right here in front of me, and not have to like hold up an instrument, and like I would be exhausted after those band field shows because it was marching and all that stuff. But this like is so much harder. I'm just, oh my god. Yeah. I'm amazed. I'm totally amazed and in awe of these musicians.
Yeah. So. And definitely with Mike Portnoy rejoining Dream Theater, like if they go on, well, they definitely will. When they go on tour, like that's going to be a must-see show. I think, even though I've been like shying away from going to a lot of live shows, I think that's kind of a
gotta go to that one. We gotta go to Troika.
Yeah, if that's ever happening, yeah.
Two very different sounding.
Yeah, that's like the two ends of my musical spectrum there. But both great.
That's mine too. Like I like the heavy stuff and like the singer-songwriter stuff, but everything in the middle, I'm like, eh.
You just like the two extremes.
Whereas you like have the extremes, but then you love everything in between and you love it.
Yeah, I try. But cool. Yeah, so I guess that's what we have to say. So.
Let's end this video.
All right, it's getting too long. Sorry. A long song deserves a long conversation, right?
That's true.
All right, but thank you guys so much for joining us. If you have any comments or thoughts about Dream Theater, this song, or even the Mike Portnoy announcement, let us know in the comments. Hopefully you'll keep around on the channel and join us for future episodes. And as always, just keep enjoying the music, whatever you're listening to out there. So see you guys.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.